weather, the people, the food. Sharing is caring. I learned so much while I was there. Hi tribe, welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute since we did a sit down, but today I want to share with you how to plan your move to Ghana. The basic steps, what you need, the costs, the paperwork, where to find accommodation, transportation, should you be looking for a job, what options you have, and just overall what you need. By the way, I'm coming out with an ebook that's going to give you all the details on how to move to Ghana, even if you want to visit, what you need, and just all the little nitty-gritties that you need to know when you go to Ghana. Because most people have been asking me, I've been getting numerous DMs on what to do if you want to move to Ghana or to visit Ghana, what you need, how to get there, all the details. As you all know or may not know, since if you're new to the channel, I lived in Ghana for 2 years and I learned so much while I was there. I had to figure it out all by myself because it was one of my dreams to live in Ghana. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, I sort of had to come back home. But whilst I was there, I literally had to learn everything from the ground up, fix my situation from the ground up. So right now, I want to share all these details with you because I believe sharing is caring and I'm not gatekeeping anything. I want to share with you because Ghana is a beautiful, beautiful country. Everybody that I meet, I always advocate for Ghana. The weather, the people, the food, it's just beautiful culturally. So I want to share this beautiful country with all of you. So guys, the cost implications. I'm not going to go into great detail about the costs. However, I'm just going to let you know that Ghana is not a cheap country. It is not cheap at all, so you basically have to budget well, from accommodation to your transportation, and you need to make sure that you have some sort of income coming in every month so that you can sustain your upkeep, because Ghana is expensive, and especially if you want to live in a good area, you're gonna have to put some money together so that you're comfortable, safe, and just in a good area to explore. So keep in mind that Ghana is expensive. So I'm gonna base everything in dollars. The currency of Ghana is the cedi, but they do price most of their things in dollars, which has been an ongoing debate, but that's a story for another day. But I'm gonna base some of my costs in dollars. Say for accommodation on average, if you wanna live in the suburbs, say East Legon, Cantonments, and just one of the good areas for expats, you will on average pay up from, depending on if you live in a studio, that could range from $600 to $800 a month. If you want to live in a 1-bedroom and up, you could be paying $1,000 to $1,500 a month. If you want to live in a 2-bedroom, you could be paying $2,000. And bear in mind, guys, again, this is in the suburbs. And obviously, if you move into the outskirts, further out of Accra, for example, you will pay far less. But this is me speaking on if you want to be in the central area and you want to explore, especially as a first-timer. Obviously, if you live in the outskirts, then it will be much cheaper. But I just wanted to let you know about this. Getting your visas and everything once off, a visa to come to Ghana, whether it be a student visa or work permit, you could pay up to $500 just to sort out all your paperwork. And you would need to do this beforehand. But what happens is you get to Ghana and apply for what you need to apply for. If you want to stay long term, you can either study that side, which I did. My school was called Accra International School of Advertising and Design, and they helped me with everything. So that was seamless. So just bear in mind that this is something that you might need to sort out within the country, or you could go to your local embassy, your Ghanaian embassy, and ask them for further details. But it's pretty basic because Ghana is encouraging tourists, encouraging people to come to their country, to learn about the culture, and just overall explore the country. There will be days where you feel lonely or homesick, but don't let this discourage you, because you will meet people along the way. So just make sure when you're moving, these are things that you consider, because obviously moving to a new country for the very first time, especially not knowing anybody, you're going to have to put yourself out there and get into the culture and meet people, go out and not be shy to reach out to people. There are Facebook groups where you can meet people. There are certain places, meetups and things like that, where you can meet people. I will be detailing this at a later stage, but really don't be too hard on yourself when you first get to Ghana, because Ghanaians are very reserved. So you may feel that you are putting yourself out there and extending yourself, but at the same time they are friendly, so you won't feel like too much of an outsider, because this was one of my fears. But when I got there, everything went well. I met some awesome people I'm still in touch with today. So I'm very grateful that I took the leap and I just went to Ghana, and yeah, I just put myself out there. So do make sure that you're emotionally stable and ready to go there, and also make sure that you're financially ready to go, because like I mentioned in my previous point, Ghana is not cheap. So you will need to make sure that you have enough funds for the first at least 3 to 6 months. And if you're working at the same time, you can obviously sustain yourself in that manner. Point number 3 is accommodation. And with accommodation, there are various websites that you can look up online to find 1, 2, 3 bedrooms and shared apartments for yourself. There are websites like mikasa.com and ghanapropertycenter.com. I for one found my place that I was living in on airbnb.com. I literally looked for listings on there. When I got to my accommodation, I opened up and spoke to my landlord and asked him if I can take on this place and pay on a monthly basis. Bear in mind, in Ghana, you have to pay for 6 months rental up to a year. So this might be a lot, because especially for us that are used to paying rent on a monthly basis, this may be taxing. But I heard that they're trying to change up the rules in terms of that. But just put yourself out there, speak to your landlords and let them know of your situation. The nice thing about Ghana is everybody's open and free, and once you open your mouth, then you will get what you need. Ask and you shall receive, remember. So just ask and you shall receive. Speak to people. Word of mouth also helps. You may find that somebody's looking for a roommate, a housemate, a roommate, anything, and you can like literally jump on that. And also Facebook, there's Facebook, but with Facebook I'm a little bit wary about that because of safety reasons, but there are some genuine people, I'm hoping, on Facebook that will accommodate you, and there's certain groups on there as well where people are looking for accommodation. So just make sure to join those groups, and honestly just practice discernment in terms of that. Like, just, you know, make sure that you do background checks and all of that. I lived in an area called Ajingano in East Legon. Excuse my pronunciation, but that's where I lived for the past 2 years. I lived in a BQ behind a main house which they had renovated, so that was convenient for me because I was alone. And a BQ is a boys' quarter, by the way, for those who don't know. But yeah, that's where I lived, and it was a nice place. They had renovated it, and I was lucky enough to find that place. And I was also lucky because it was during the pandemic where there was scarcity in terms of people coming into Ghana. So when I spoke to my landlord, he was very open and actually happy that I wanted to stay there for longer than he had anticipated. But honestly, like I said before, guys, it's easy, and if you speak to people, you will find what you need. And just speak to me as well. I can hook you up with the right people. And in my ebook, I will mention more about accommodation and where to look, and resources that could help you with that. You will find the link to my ebook in the comment section as well as in the description box. The suburbs of Accra specifically are cantonments, East Legon, Sako area, airport area. As an expat, I would suggest you stay in these areas at the beginning so that you can get familiar with Accra. Once you are ready and open and you know more about Accra, you can move to the outskirts. Then, guys, your rental will be far less than living in those areas. And the outskirts are really nice because there's less traffic, there's people, you can walk around and just be in touch with the nature, and you can actually use the highways on those sides to actually travel out, like go to areas like Kumasi and all those places. So don't rule this out at all. But accommodation, there are new developments every day. Developers are building beautiful apartments, Western style apartments with showers and, you know, the basics really. But yeah, like there are really beautiful developments that I've been seeing springing up, and yeah, you won't be short of accommodation. But there are still the traditional houses as well, which could be cheaper, and those might not have the amenities that you might need in terms of the complexes per se, like swimming pools and all those. But that's totally fine because there's so many hotels around that you can go to experience that. It's tropical, there's beaches in your backyard, you can literally go and lay on the beach on a good day. And just make sure to pack summer clothes essentially, and a rain jacket, a light jacket for those nippy days. But overall, you won't experience harsh winter weathers at all. So here in Ghana, you can literally just lounge around in the sun, bask in the sun. It's beautiful. So you don't need to worry about like heavy clothing. So that's one big pro about Ghana. And overall, just to highlight everything I've spoken about, if you're planning to move to Ghana, be very open-minded. Don't be shallow. Don't be mean-spirited to the locals, because it's honestly not nice when people move from other countries and they treat the locals like they're less than, or speak to them ill of, or just get to Ghana with bad nature. Hence, I mentioned that you should be in a good state of mind. Be willing to talk to people, be willing to engage with the locals, be willing to explore, be willing to go outside of Accra to experience all the beautiful things that Ghana has to offer in terms of nature, in terms of the waterfalls. There's plenty of resorts you can visit. There's restaurants, there's local food restaurants you can try. Be open to try all the food. And then if you do this, you will have the time of your life. So guys, if you want more information on how to move to Ghana and how to plan your move to Ghana meticulously, be sure to contact me, as well as download my upcoming ebook, my guide to traveling to Ghana and to moving to Ghana, below. I will link everything below, and you will have all access to everything you've been asking me. I told you I get numerous DMs of people asking me how they can plan their move to Ghana, on what to do, paperwork, jobs, everything. Everything can be found in the ebook. I'm so grateful to all my subscribers. I'll be adding more travel content. I'll be adding more Ghana content. If you have any further questions, please make sure to comment down below. Shoot any questions that you have. I'm willing to answer. I have all the answers for you. And if I don't know some things, I will contact my friends and let you know. But thank you, and don't forget to subscribe, guys. Until next time, bye.